Member of our broadcast team, she is Carissa Thompson, and she is with a special guest.
Well, Coach, a year ago at this time, you were doing radio for the Sun Devils, and now you're coaching the Arizona Wildcats. Did you ever think you'd be wearing a tie that red in this building?
You know, probably this time last year I would have said no, but it's been an amazing journey thus far, and we're looking forward to the task tonight.
Absolutely. You've won 7 in a row. You're looking for your 8th straight tonight against a very good Arizona State team that you know very well. What is the one thing you have to do to be successful tonight?
I think the big thing against Arizona State, you got to make sure that you take care of the basketball and get good shots. They're very good at defending the paint. They're not going to give you anything easy, and you can't give them points. Herb does a great job of keeping his guys really under wraps, and they don't take a lot of risks. They don't take a lot of gambles. So you got to be sharp when you play Arizona State.
All right, Coach, I'll let you go. I know you got a game ahead of you. Good luck. Thank you very much for the time. It's all yours, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Carissa. Well, Russ Pendleton has done everything that could be asked of him. Here's the starting lineup. We talked about Budinger. We talked about Hill. Who we didn't talk about is Zane Johnson and Kyle Fogg, and they have been very complimentary players. And Nick Wise, of course, the guy who really, along with Budinger, has brought this team, and it counts in large part for their 7-game streak. Pendergraph with Richards Kuksiks. James Harden, about whom we talked. Ty Avenue's getting his shooting touch back. We'll speak of that a little bit more. And the steady Derek Glasser. Herb Sendek celebrating his 46th birthday today. Didn't want to talk about that when we spoke today. He said we'll talk after the game. Danny, let's talk about the do's and don'ts.
All right, Barry, we're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts. And first of all, we're going to start out with Arizona. They got to just keep doing what they're doing, and you can't let James Harden get going. I think you got to keep him to 15 points or less if you're Arizona. Arizona State, I think they've got to extend that zone. You got to stop the three-point shooting of Budinger, Wise, and Zane Johnson, and they cannot let Arizona dictate the tempo. I think if the numbers get high, it benefits Arizona. I think Arizona State wants to keep it in the 50s, maybe low 60s, and that's their style, that's their game.
Great battle down on the block, too, with Jeff Pendergraph and Jordan Hill. The thing about Harden, even when he doesn't score, his team has been winning, and that's what you really have to like about him. We're underway. Wildcats control the opening tip. Nick Wise, kind of the floor leader of this team, even though he is an underclassman, he's only a junior. Zane Johnson, three-point shooter. Budinger from the corner for three. It is short, the rebound to Ty Adams.
And as you know, Barry, the crowd will stay standing until the Wildcats score.
A little something I think they borrowed from the Wildcats, actually.
Yeah, they did.
They do that down in Tucson. Harden with his first touch. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great hands by Wise. Tight ropes the sideline, takes it to the basket. Can't quite finish. Budinger, a huge follow.
Cardinal rule, never anticipate your teammate's going to make a breakaway. How about Budinger?
That's the way he's been playing. Really, for the last
he has been unbelievable in the 7-game win streak. Budinger at 20-plus a game, playing every minute and doing a great job.
There's Pendergraph. Pendergraph, jump hook, got it over Hill.
Take a good look. Both teams zone. Matchup zone by Arizona State, and they will extend. Got to get to the three-point shooters if you're the Sun Devils.
And they got a lot of them. Nice play that time down low by Kuksiks. Here's Ty Abbott. Harden with Zane Johnson in his pocket right now. Harden goes baseline, give it up nicely to Kuksiks, and a foul, and they're going to get Harden.
Well, here's the defense of Nick Wise. We talked about, look at him tightrope the sideline, and then Budinger on the trail does a good job to follow it in. Wonderful play by Wise to get it going, and Budinger high up on the glass to finalize.
So now Wise. This is Fogg, and Fogg has contributed. Guy that is improving. Budinger a little hard. There's Fogg with the rebound. Tried to dish it down low to Hill, but stepping in front was Abbott. Budinger steps in front of Abbott's pass. And a foul. And we're going to go the other way. Well, today's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting the U.S. Armed Forces, serving in 177 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching all around the world tonight in Iraq, in Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan, and we welcome all of you. A little pressure here. Kuksix has to battle to get it across the timeline, but does. Glasser steps in, Harden. Now Kuksix, little ball fake, leaves it nicely to Pendergraph, and a grab foul underneath. That's Zane Johnson on the foul. So Pendergraph will go to the line.
Yeah, here's the bonus for Pendergraph, and we know he graduated in 3.5 years. I mean, he's a guy that majored in economics, but more importantly, Jeff really has worked hard at Arizona State to become the man and the player that he is. And by the way, a terrific free throw shooter, a guy that's shooting at about 67% from the field, and he has really had an outstanding career at Arizona State.
And plays big in big games. The last 3 games against this Arizona team, he's averaging 18 points and 9 boards. And that's playing head up with Jordan Hill, pretty darn good player. So both teams really still in that settling down point of the ball game. Arizona's just 1 of 5, and ASU's had only 1 shot from the field. Jordan Hill, the floater, and Budinger again cleans it up.
Oh, Budinger has been so proactive around the glass, doing a great job of following that one in. On the steal.
Another steal. 3 on 2. Third steal. And Wise spots up for 3 and gets it.
Cannot execute any better than that. Why is Arizona pressing? I think they want to speed the tempo of the game. Get the Sun Devils to play a little bit quicker.
Harden up front for 3, and Budinger with a rebound. Budinger is playing possessed. He's got 4 points and 3 rebounds and a steal. Harden this time steps in front of Wise's pass. Harden 1 on 3, poked away beautifully by Fogg. This is Wise, poked away from behind by Abbott. How do you like this?
Pendergraph open in the middle if they can find it. And he wants the ball. Well, he is there. I'm surprised he didn't throw it in there.
Yeah, Harden took a good look at him. Open 3 for Harden.
That's why he didn't throw it in.
That's one reason. Well, that's what they do to you. You start paying so much attention to Pendergraph.
There's only 17 NBA scouts at this one.
Yeah, that's right. And they're looking at a whole bunch of these guys.
Yeah, a lot of guys here. Arizona worked really hard, Barry, at penetrating the defense with the dribble, forcing 2 players to pick up the dribbler, and then kicking it off.
Budinger again. Just couldn't get the roll. Had a very nice look. So now the Sun Devils with a chance to take the lead. This is Glasser. And Glasser just a guy that is steady, takes care of the basketball, doesn't make mistakes,
and doesn't turn it over.
That too. However, Pendergraph turns it over. Here's Weiss. Tries to split the 2 of them. Harden blocks it from behind. Clean block and a great job by Pendergraph.
What a play by Harden. I thought Harden had no chance on that one without fouling.
Ty Abbott thought about it. That's a shot he might normally take, but he struggled all year shooting. Pendergraph open, and a foul from behind. And with that, we'll take our first time out of the evening. 14:22 remaining to be played. We are tied at 7. High-intensity game. Watch the block by Harden. Looks like he's beat. Great timing. That's what great players do.
Playing time. Don't forget, Barry didn't play as a freshman, hurt a little bit as a sophomore. but what an effort as a junior. Congratulations to Nick. Look at the numbers. 26.5 points, shooting it at a high percentage from the field, and the 2 wins. So congratulations to Nick Wise, our U.S. Bank Pac-10 Player of the Week.
Interesting story in Arizona State's game at USC last weekend. They did not make a turnover in the first half. 0, count them, 0. So far tonight now, we played 5 minutes and 38 seconds, 6 turnovers, and 4 for Arizona. And most of them have been forced, not sloppy turnovers. Field goal so far, 3 of 10 for Arizona, and ASU's only gotten 3 shots at the basket. And we told you about the turnover. And Pendergraft claims the first free throw. Saw his numbers last time. 1 out of 2 for Jeff. Last game between these two teams, neither coach liked. They both thought it was just an awful game, and quite honestly, it was pretty dreadful. Neither team shot over 30%, and both teams are in the 17% range from three-point line.
I would say Herb Singh that liked it a little more than Russ Pennell did.
Probably did, yeah. Walked out there with a W, but he said he wasn't too proud of it. Blocked by Pendergraft on the shot by Fall, and it's going to be ASU ball.
Oh, this is a great block and a good effort as Fogg takes it in. Look at the block, and it definitely goes off Kyle Fogg. And the Sun Devils will get it out of bounds, and Arizona back in the press. Looks like they're going to stay in it most of the game. They have forced some turnovers.
That's Jamel Horn in the ball game now for Arizona. Ty Abbott brings Buttinger out on him. Tried to drop that down to a cutting Harden, and another turnover, 7th turnover in the first 6.5 minutes, and almost won the other way as Harden got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Cat's ball. Nothing's coming easy in this game.
No, nothing at all. And now the game's settling down. I think it was going to be a defensive-oriented type of game. But if you can get a little bit of penetration and make some threes, obviously that'll open it up. Both teams very good defensively.
Jordan Hill can't get it. The rebound to Harden, knocked away by Fogg and knocked out of bounds by Fogg. Hey, Kyle Fogg's been all around the ball so far today. Arizona substitution as Brendan Lavender will come into the ball game. Remember, 2 Arizona players, Garland Jenkins and DJ Shumpert, were suspended by Russ Pennell for a violation of team rules, so they will not be available. So a little shorter bench for the Cats, and Lavender comes on early.
That's a great pass out of the double team, and very, very good rotation. That is beautifully done.
And McMillan with the finish.
And McMillan has been a guy that's really played well of late.
Well, that's what you really like about this game. Both these teams are coming in there absolutely at the top of their game. 7-0 run now for the Devils. Jordan Hill draws a double team. Nick Wise for 3. Contested 3, and he's still got it.
How do you like it?
Wow. Harden in the corner. Buttinger jumps out on him. Now Kuksik's open tray. A little hard. Harden the offensive rebound. And the putback.
One of the problems in the zone is many times you cannot get man-to-man responsibility to screen guys out. You have to find Harden wherever he is. Good job by James Harden to get in there and follow it in.
Jordan Hill the other way. Pretty nifty and quick move by Jordan Hill.
Now he's got the jump hook. Doing a good job inside.
Glasser from the corner.
Wow! I mean, how about fallaways into the bench?
Well, so far it's a clinic for both teams. I mean, this game couldn't be played at a higher level. Nick Wise again had a good look. Not this time. Kuksix with a rebound for ASU.
I think if you're ASU, that's exactly where you want the ball. Trying to get the ball inside.
Again,
Wise.
Buttinger got a hand on it, knocked it to Wise. Wise, the spin move in the reverse.
How did Wise do that? I thought he was going out of bounds and did a beautiful job to maneuver his body to get it up and in. Quickness by Arizona really evident.
Glasser again, look out. Missed that one. And on the rebound, Horn finally runs it down off the hands of Hart.
Doesn't look like the same Arizona team you saw earlier, did you?
I'll say.
Here.
I'll say. Well, it's all been since Chase Buttinger got his head stepped on in the Houston game, a game in which Arizona was down 10 with 52 seconds to play. They wound up winning that game, and they have not looked back since.
And you're right about the fact that Buttinger is like a man possessed. I mean, he is all over the floor, rebounding, scoring, playing great defense.
There he
and
is
really
again.
Proactive with the ball.
Great ball movement. And Horn, a rainbow from the corner. Doesn't get anything. Kuksik gets it out of there. Harden just aims, fires.
Mr. Harden. Yes. Automatic.
Well, we said get James Harden going. He's got 8.
Now, I really thought Arizona had to hold Harden in that 15, 16-point range.
You're talking about for the game, not the half.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the game, not the half.
In the meantime, this guy has been a real thorn. Not in here, says Jeff Pendergast. And we'll take a timeout.
Wow,
9,
take a breath.
6.
Take a breath.
We'll take a breath. We'll take a break. James Harden aims at all day and drills it. We're coming back. Lead it by 5. High-intensity game. 9:26 remaining to be played. We talked about Arizona and what really lit the fuse for them. Here it is right here. This is Aubrey Coleman of Houston. And look at that. Ooh. Just deliberately steps on Buttinger. And needless to say, Buttinger took a little umbrage with that. But you know what? He's taking it out on every other opponent, not only on Aubrey Coleman.
Well, he really is. And don't forget, in that situation, see Lute Olson right there demanding that Coleman be thrown out of the game, which in fact he was. And don't forget, they were 10 down with 52 seconds to go, came back and won it.
Yeah, and that was a real cheap shot. Here's more with Carissa Thompson.
Well, guys, I asked Chase about that very incident today at shoot-around, and I said, has that motivated you in some way? Because your numbers are drastic. I mean, the last game we all did together was up at Stanford. It was a different player. He said, not so much motivated him. He said, it's just a coincidence. If anything, I just have gotten my confidence back. He said the team is having more fun, and it definitely shows on the court, guys.
All right, thanks, Carissa. 5-point ball game. Here is Buttinger. Now Wise, little pump fake. Jordan Hill working on Kuksik. Draws a double to it. Travel. No basket. Great job defensively.
I think they're going to double Hill almost every time he gets it. So Jordan Hill's got to make a decision. Does he have room to shoot it, or does he pitch it out and try to find the open player?
Well, the shooting numbers, I think, pretty interesting. Arizona State, 6 of 9. They haven't had a lot of shot attempts. Arizona's had 19 shot attempts and has made 6. But they have 4 fewer turnovers, and they have 4 more offensive rebounds, and thus it's a 5-point game. McMillan drills it.
Of course, Jamel McMillan, the son of Nate McMillan, who's the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. And Nate, of course, was a great defensive player, a hard worker. Nate played for Jim Valvano at NC State. Barry, and of course, Mr. Sonic. Coached the Sonics for 12 years and actually 19 years in the organization. But Jamel can really shoot it.
Yes, he can. And a coach on the floor, too. Buttinger, great move to the basket, draws the foul.
On the ground. On the ground.
Take a look at this. The other end, spot up, just knock it down.
Well, yeah, good rotation, and if you're Arizona, you got to make a few adjustments now. You got to go ahead and extend out on McMillan. He's made a couple of long-range threes. And the Wildcats need a productive trip down the floor.
Well, we talk about both these teams. Well, there's a productive trip right there. Both these teams last time, it was not a pretty game in any way, shape, or form. This is Jared Shipp with the ball. In the first half of that game, down in Tucson, Arizona State was 2 of 17 from three-point range. They're 5 of 8 so far in this game. And Arizona wasn't any better. They were 1 and 9.
Great hands inside again by Harden.
Great play by Hill. Blocked the shot. Here's Wise up top. Wise directing a little traffic here. Wants a screen from Hill and gets it. Budinger drives baseline. Blew by Pendergraft and scored.
I think Budinger's picked up an extra speed or two. Don't you think? The guy's like just explosive going all the way to the rim. Well, they'd like to get the ball right there if they can. They're trying to get it inside the Pendergraft. He is open, but you know, Hill does bother you. And what Hill does, he deters you from throwing it inside because he's so long.
Another kick out from McMillan, and again a dagger. McMillan, 3 threes since he's come on. He's got 9. His team leads by 7. Tell you what, though, Arizona not going anywhere.
No, they're hanging in there, and that's exactly what they have to do. I mean, Arizona State's just shot it tremendously. I mean, they're making everything.
Jordan Hill draws a double team, kick out for Fogg. Fogg, a jumper at the elbow, and scores.
Kyle Fogg is really an intriguing story. I mean, here's a guy signed late, and he is contributing. Look at the steal. He's making open jumpers. He's not turning it over.
And they're going to get a block on McMillan. Tough call to make, but I think the right call. We'll take a timeout. It, of course, is Oscar night, and everybody wants an Oscar, but even more coveted, the Dannies. Been opened, and tell me, who won the Dannies?
All right, Barry, we're going to tell you who won the Dannies. We're going to give the Oscars tonight. First of all, best costume design. This was an easy one. Oregon, of course. How many uniforms do they have? 20, 30? Best original screenplay. We're going to give it to Arizona. They've been on a great run. They're playing great. Best actor in a supporting role. How about Isaiah Thomas from Washington? Best actor in a leading role. Easy one there. James Harden. And the best producing has got to be Chase Budinger. He's been terrific, especially in the best directing. We're going to go with Lorenzo Romar. So what are you thinking? The Lifetime Achievement Award? I know he'll be happy with this. No contest. Mike Montgomery.
I think it'll be right on his shelf. Right on.
You think so?
Shelf.
Put it
no
on.
question. The one in the bathroom, I believe. James Harden, meanwhile, 8 points. Last meeting, incidentally, Arizona State, half of their field goals were threes. Today, 75% are threes. Really interesting game.
Great spacing, good ball movement. Face up, try to get a quality shot. Still plenty of time.
Jordan Hill leaves it for Fogg for 3, not this time. And Budinger goes down hard. What a rebound! St. Johnson open tray, couldn't finish. Fogg gonna give him another chance, and he'll go to the line. Big time on the board.
Big time, and Fogg has been all over the floor. But how about the rebound by Budinger? I mean, falling down, able to secure the rebound, and presence of mind to kick it out to Johnson, who just couldn't get it down. But there's Fogg again.
Not only kick it out, he could have easily traveled. If he rolled over, he travels. And there's Duncan and Mara Budinger. They have every reason to be proud. And Fogg cannot convert. That last time out, incidentally, Herb Sendek was really in the face of his players. Very upset. One out of 2 for Fogg. 4-point game. Again, full court pressure. Glasser easily breaks the press, gets it ahead to McMillan. Why not? Didn't quite get his feet set that time, I didn't think. And a foul underneath.
I thought that was a pass. What do you think, Gary? I think we're going to categorize that as a pass. It was a little bit short, but Pendergraft right place at the right time.
Just a little bit of indecision. Yeah, Pendergraft was there and grabbed foul on Budinger.
Now the good news, Rudy, for both teams is neither Pendergraft nor Jordan Hill in foul trouble.
No, that's exactly right. In fact, only one player in the game with 2 fouls, and that's Zane Johnson. You said it earlier, Pendergraft, very solid free throw shooter. That's Jeff Pendergraft's mom. Jeff is the complete package. They talk about student athletes, and this is the guy. And has become a very vocal team leader. He said, I was always vocal, but Herb Sendick told me to be vocal within the framework of leadership, and he's done that. He said he learned that from Herb.
Well, Jeff's the one that stated, we may not be good offensively every game, but we can be good defensively. We can work hard, we can get loose balls, and his team is really responding. Budinger, is there anybody playing much better than Budinger? Well, maybe Hart.
He was guarded pretty well at times still. Got up, made the 3. There's Kuksix. Glasser directing a little traffic.
They love to try to find Harden along the baseline or Kuksix in the corner.
Kuksix passed up the shot from the corner and puts it in easily.
Oh, that's a window. That's a rarity for Kuksix making a 2. 75% of his made field goals, Barry, 75 have been 3-point.
Big number.
3-point field goals. Penetration and almost. How good do you have to be to get in the air at 6'9" and make that play?
And a great reach in from behind. That's Glasser, but it comes right back to Hill. And now McMillan reaches in, and they're going to get a foul on the dunk. Much to the dismay of the crowd here at Wells Fargo Arena. Second foul.
I thought Falk was the one that really saved this possession. And there you get the foul. That's a tough call. I thought McMillan made a pretty good play to get in there.
I thought he got an awful lot of the orange, to tell you the truth.
Now be careful on the out of bounds if you're Arizona State, because Budinger is a guy who takes it out, wants to get it right back like that.
You mean?
Yeah, like exactly that. They can get it down, but well executed by Arizona.
From the corner, Abbott misses his first try. Abbott coming off his best shooting weekend since back in December. He has really struggled. Zane Johnson pulled the trigger pretty quickly. Now Harden with a rebound. Harden, nice pass to Abbott. Knocked away by Wise. Quick hands. Wise arguing his point with Mike Cyphers.
Now you got to be careful if you're Arizona. They love to lob it inside the Pendergraft, and they tried.
Yeah, they did.
They couldn't get it to him.
Good job by Hill.
Oh, look at the pressure on Glasser on the outside. Got to be careful. Get the 5 count.
Pop Harden out. Harden, nice dish to Kuksix in the corner. Couldn't finish. And it comes off of Pendergraft's hands to Wise. Wise burns it back the other way. Give it up to Zane Johnson. Steps in with the right hand.
Nick Wise is a blur. I mean, he just running by everybody.
And the lob to Pendergraft. Pendergraft waits for traffic to clear, and Jamel Horn comes down on top of him. And we'll take a timeout. 3:45 remaining. Look at Wise, the dish, and then the easy finish for Johnson. 9:26, 3:45 remaining to be played here in the first half, and what a half of basketball it's been. Let's take a moment right now and recognize our World Financial Group Dreams Realized. He is Eric Boateng, hasn't seen the floor yet, actually from London, but speaks Twi, which is a tribal dialect in Africa. Wants to have lunch with the Queen of England. She doesn't eat very much, though, I know that, and she's not a very good cook. Boils everything. World Financial Group, your dreams, our strategies. There's a look at Eric. Another improving player.
Yeah, very much so. When Eric does get an opportunity, he's very effective. And as you know, Eric was a McDonald's All-American. He transferred from Duke to Arizona State. And, we've had him many times, Barry. When he does enter the game, he can make a difference. And Pendergraft not in foul trouble, so they really haven't needed Eric Boateng as of yet.
And another factor, too, I think, the fact that they're only playing one game this week, so you can go a little bit longer with some of your frontline players. And, of course, Arizona really does have to do that because we mentioned earlier that Judkins, who normally plays about 12 minutes a game, not available tonight because he has been suspended by Russ Pennell. One out of two in a 4-point ball game.
Well, you get a great look at that matchup zone and how they extend. And, you know, Arizona trying to get a little penetration.
They're going to foul this time. They reach in on Glasser.
Was it in the act or not? Did he gather for the shot or did he not? That's the question. And they said yes, he did. So Budinger will get to the line for a couple free throws.
See the numbers on Budinger this year. Needless to say, very impressive, but he cannot convert that free throw. For 2. There's Abbott got by Wise. Kucic's wide open. Just a defensive lapse that time on the Wildcats.
Excellent read that time by Ty Abbott. And of course, Kucic is a guy, Barry, as you know, if you're playing against Kucic, he's a three-point specialist. You've got to get to him.
Jordan Hill, a leaner. Great play.
Now, if you're the Wildcats, on the 1-1-3 you're playing, you've got to back it down and then extend on the penetration. Keep the ball in front.
There it is again. And there it is again. Kucic with 8 in the ballgame and McMillan with 9. Significant contribution.
It's been a three-point explosion for Arizona State.
8 of 14 beyond the arc.
Well, the crowd loves it. Oh, what an atmosphere here tonight.
It's really nice to see in this building. We've been around this place for a long time. Haven't seen it too much. This ties the biggest lead of the game.
That makes a great no call. I think right there, sure there was a little bit of contact, but not much. And a good job not to make that call. Well done by Jordan Hill to take it all in and drop it.
And Hill with 8. Well, they had Pendergraft for a moment.
Yeah, they want to get it right there to Pendergraft if they can.
Glasser had an opportunity, let it go. Kucic again.
Can't leave.
He is on fire.
Barry, you cannot leave Kucic. He makes a little ball fake. Don't leave him.
There's Wise. Kucic has had 3 3-pointers in the last minute.
It's about what Jamel McMillan did.
Yeah.
His threes were about in a span of a couple of minutes. Right, here's Kucic. He makes a ball fake, and Budinger's playing the passing lane. No one's guarding him. So he says, okay.
Why not?
Why not? 1-on-1 now for Arizona. They've got to cash in here. They're going to make a couple of free throws.
And they do. Kyle Fogg converting the first. Coming up at halftime from the Final Score studio, we'll have an update of everything that went on today, not only in basketball, but in sports in general. Another Arizona State alumni did pretty well today. Phil Mickelson.
Yes, he did.
We're going to get a timeout called by Russ Pennell with 1 minute and 31 seconds remaining to be played. And Arizona State is just doing it beyond the arc. They are 9 of 15. Here's Harden.
Now look at the ball rotation on that. McMillan makes threes, and of course Kucic's little ball fake. And as you said, Barry, he's made 3 in a row in the span of a minute. So it has been a 3-point barrage by Arizona State.
And on the other side of that coin is Arizona, just 3 of 10 beyond the arc. Let's take a look at the latter's resume. And Arizona State 20 up and 5 down, 9 and 4. They win today. They could have undisputed possession of second place in the conference, which they do right now. They have an RPI of 11. They beat UCLA, beat BYU, beat Arizona on the road. Did lose to Baylor. And when they lost to him, Baylor was ranked. And Washington State.
And you saw the strength of schedule, Barry, at 32. So, I mean, obviously Arizona State's in the tournament. I think Arizona's in too. I'm making the call right now. I think 5 for sure from the Pac-10. I think USC could be the 6th. It's a possibility the Pac-10 can get 6 teams in the NCAA tournament. I think USC has to do a little business.
Nice, unselfish play by Kuksix and Harden with a big finish. Kuksix's been a big factor in this game. But again, you can't emphasize enough, Arizona's not going anywhere. Wise ball fake, blew by Pendergraft again. And which way they're going to call this? They're going to get it on the Sun Devils, on Kuksix, and that's going to be his 3rd foul.
They're going to get a block. And I thought Kuksix had a chance to establish.
Here's the latter's resume for the Arizona Wildcats, and they too have pretty good RPI, 35. They're 18-8. They won 7 in a row. They've beaten Gonzaga. They've beaten Kansas. They've beaten UCLA. They did lose to Stanford, but that was when Stanford was playing a little bit better. Stanford's kind of fallen off a little bit of late. And they did lose to Texas A&M.
And Barry, you see strength of schedule. Very, very important there at 13. So I think the Wildcats, as you know, 24 straight NCAA tournament appearances, trying to make it 25. I think they'll make it 25. North Carolina had the record at 27 that was broken. So the longest current NCAA appearance win streak is the Arizona Wildcats, and I think they're going to make it 25.
Yeah, I do too, and it falls into the who to thunk it category.
No, you wouldn't have thought
if you go back earlier in the year. In fact, you got to give it up for Russ Pennell, what he's done.
Yeah, Russ and his staff has done a great job. They have. There's no doubt about it.
There's another near steal. Janelle Holmes got a hand on that. Again, show full court pressure. This time, ASU handles it a little bit better. Here's Harden.
Remember, Arizona does have a foul to take. They only have 5 team, so they can be aggressive. As long as they're not fouling the act of shooting, they can definitely take a foul. Some Devils could just kind of run the clock down.
About 11 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock.
This is a huge possession for Arizona. They have not had a big stop in a while.
Glasser open, and he makes him pay again.
I don't think you can make this many threes.
Biggest lead of the game. Now Wise trying to get around Glasser. Pendergraft got a hand on it. Glasser clears, and the first half is going to come to an end. And it comes to an end in dramatic fashion for the Arizona State Sun Devils. 10 of 16 beyond the arc, and they lead it by 10. The last time these two teams played, Arizona led at the half by 3. Coming up on our halftime report, we'll have scores and highlights from our Final Score studio. That is coming up. And we prepare to start the second half, and I think that's the original Danny, isn't it?
Might be.
44-34 ball game, 10-point lead for ASU. Let's get a report right now from Carissa Thompson. Carissa.
Well, guys, for Arizona State, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When you shoot 10 for 16 beyond the arc, guess what? You keep shooting. And knowing that Arizona will be forced to draw out that defense, it then opens up the inside game. Defensively for Arizona, they'll stick to what they did in the first half. Even though it wasn't working, they're going to get more pressure on the outside. They'll stick to a zone, but the key is getting that pressure in the backcourt and forcing the turnover. Guys?
All right, thanks a lot, Carissa. That surprises me, actually. I would have thought they would try to extend out and take away that three-point shot.
Well, it's hard to completely take away the three because the Arizona State made some tough threes. And, you know, you look at that at the scoring in the first half with Wise and Budiger and Kuksix 11, Harden 10. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of rebounds to get in that first half if you're Arizona, because Arizona State didn't miss any shots. I mean, they hardly missed a shot. They shot 65%, Barry, in the first half. Most of them threes.
Jordan Hill, in fact, did not have a rebound in the first half. He had 15 in the game in Tucson earlier this year.
Well, here's the adjustment for Arizona State. If they extend out on you, now you have to go inside the Pendergraph. Pendergraph only one shot in the first half. Well, that time they extended, Kutsik didn't get it down.
That was a long three that time.
I mean, Arizona did not play poorly in the first half. I thought they did a pretty good job. Team shooting 65% against you. You just have to, hopefully, if you're Arizona, they can't do it in the second half.
Yeah, wait for them to cool off. Jordan Hill draws the contact and then bangs it off the side. Harden had a three-point shot if he wanted it. Now Ty Abbott. Abbott had 5 assists in the first half. That equaled a career high for him. And he stepped on the end line.
Now the mode of attack for Arizona State, they love to penetrate that baseline and then go ahead and skip it all the way to the other side of the floor to open up the three. But you have to stay in bounds. See, that's a critical element.
That is a critical point. Jordan Hill again, and again Hill loses the handle, scramble for the ball. Hill finally picks it up. Budinger gets it and puts the shot up a little short. Pendergraph did just enough, and here's Abbott one-on-one with Wise. Abbott has it knocked away. Great job by Wise, and he comes out of there and burns it the other way. 1-on-3 for Wise. Give it up in the corner to Johnson, now back up top.
Now wait for Hill.
Fogg for 3.
Oh, Fogg has been the guy. He's kind of a quiet, unsung hero for Arizona in this 7-game win streak.
He's got 8 points in the ballgame, just a freshman.
Hey, he is really solid. He's worked on his game. He's gone in the gym late at night, made a ton of jumpers, and it's paying off for him. And I like the fact he doesn't force it. Now look at Pendergraph wants it.
Abbott looked to get it to him, but couldn't.
Now look for Pendergraph again if he can come to the ball. Here he is right here. If he can find it, that time they can get it to him.
Ty Abbott, 0 for 2 now beyond the arc. Pendergraph goes into the crowd trying to chase that one down. It'll be the Wildcats' ball.
Well, here's the terrific defensive play by Nick Wise. Look at him steal it, and then right back come the Wildcats, and Fogg makes the 3. That's a big, big play by Nick Wise and the Wildcats. Negate the scored one end and get the 3 at the other.
Wildcats an opportunity now to really pair into this lead. Jordan Hill trying to get underneath Pendergraph, and Pendergraph doing just enough. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. Glasser and Budinger kind of facing each other down, and there was a lot of contact. Both Southern California guys. And Glasser saying he elbowed me on the top of the head, and I'm not too sure about that.
Well,
he might not have a point. Look at this.
Well, Glasser definitely, he did hit him the top of the head, and I think it was a frustration situation for Chase Budinger. Budinger felt he had an advantage, wanted the ball. Glasser played him tough, and there was a lot of contact.
They call a foul on Glasser. It's a second foul.
Glasser's a
tough foul.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I think Budinger's still angry with the Houston guy. Budinger over Pendergraph, a little hard. Pendergraph again, just doing just enough by his presence. Budinger now 4 of 12, and it's been quite a dry spell. Pendergraph again calling for the ball.
Kutsik running the baseline. Good ball movement there.
And Harden doesn't get it. So all those shots that were going down in the first half suddenly not going down. 0 for 3 in the second half beyond the arc.
Well, if you're Arizona, you'd certainly love to get Jordan Hill involved. See if you can go in to out. Of course, Wise a tough shot.
Sure was. And Harden gets the rebound. Quick outlet, Glasser ahead of everybody. Look out for Wise, and Glasser scores.
Now, Barry, if Nick Wise, who's your point guard, is taking a tough shot in the corner, somebody has to rotate to get back. That normally does not happen in terms of Arizona giving up a breakaway. And you can ill afford to let that occur if you expect to win, especially on the road.
Budinger again. Pendergraph on him. And a kick out for Wise. Now Fogg off the baseline. Comes Glasser the other way, 1-on-3, and Frog got a hand on the ball, but couldn't quite get it away from Glasser. Glasser, incidentally, has a great handle.
Played 42 minutes in the win at UCLA. No turnovers.
Told us earlier he had a concussion.
Yeah, he did.
And he said until this week, as Pendergraft comes up with a flush, until this week, he was not feeling very well. He said he had headaches. Every now and then he'd get a little dizzy. He said only this week has he recovered. You would have never known it last week. I think he had 18 and 15 in the 2 games they played. Biggest lead of the ball game now for the Sun Devils. It's 48-37. Pendergraft, the big finish. During calls, the HTC Fuse experience the reaction. Sparky on fire, so to speak. Herb Sendek was on fire in the first half, but he's got to like what he's seeing right now. And incidentally, Glasser came out on the floor kind of still shaking his head and trying to get the cobwebs out. We just spoke to you earlier about the fact that he's just coming off a concussion. Took that elbow to the top of the head from Buttinger.
See what Arizona does coming out of the timeout. They love to get the ball to Buttinger in the middle of the floor. But Arizona State's doing a good job of collapsing on. See, they force him out.
Turnaround by Hill, and he can't get it to go. All of a sudden, lid on the basket for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they got a quality shot. Got to make those.
McMillan this time steps in, gets amongst the trees, and throws it away. And James Harden says, I was standing there. 1 for 7 of the second half for Arizona. We're coming back.
Come aboard for Seamaster, a monthly look at global world-class sailing. Meet the sailors and crews of the fastest boats on the planet, plus news from all the top events, record-breaking performances, and technological advances in boating. Don't miss the breathtaking views and spectacular force of the sea as these sailors take the scenic route across the globe. Seamaster sails monthly on Fox Sports. Fox Sports brings the fight to you with hard-hitting and exciting boxing and mixed martial arts events. In this corner, the high kicks, slams, and anything-goes attitude of MMA. And weighing in throughout the year, world-class boxing, featuring top boxers and new contenders looking to make a statement. When the bell rings, the fight is on Fox Sports. Get your tickets and get to the game as the best teams in basketball hold court each week during the season on Fox Sports. Game-changing blocks and shots, big-name coaches, and legendary programs from the ACC, SEC, Pac-10, and the Big Ten. Tune in for the skill and talent. Tune in for the madness. College basketball on Fox Sports all season long.
All right, Arizona State with a 48-37 lead. You have to get back on defense. Watch the ball go to Nick Wise, who is going to shoot it. Now you've got to get people back defensively, and Arizona does not do that. Watch Wise shoot it here. Someone has to get back. All 5 guys inside, and then, of course, you get the rebound and you get a breakaway. So really important, Barry, when your point guard shoots the ball, rotation necessary so that you do not give up any easy breakaway goals.
Nick Wise with 10 points, but struggling a little bit here in the second half. As a matter of fact, the Wildcats as a team struggling offensively in the second half. They brought Jamel Horn back into the lineup now.
Well, your Arizona's still a long way to go in this one. So you just have to stay focused.
I think they're, Danny, a very pivotal point in the game right now. They're down by 11. That's the biggest lead for Arizona State. And a quick shot by Wise misses off the left side.
Not a bad shot, though. No, I don't mind the shot. The ball's not going down. got to be alert here because they love to run Harden on the baseline. And the Sun Devils do a great job of penetrating and then kicking it off.
And they're going to get a foul reaching in on Horn. And Jamel Horn is our Motel 6 proud sponsor of Pac-10 Conference. We'll leave the light on for you. He's our sixth man of the game. 6'6" sophomore out of San Diego. Struggled a little bit early in the year. Now he's a contributor off the bench.
Yeah, highly recruited player out of high school. And, he's got a lot of talent. And you're right, coming off the bench, he's been a big, big contributor.
Yeah, great move. Strong move to the basket by Harden. Gets it down and one.
How about the strength of James Harden?
Here's his mom.
There's Monya Willis. She likes it. She's seen it for quite a few years.
Yes, she has.
Nothing new to her.
Harden converts a three-point play, and now a 14-point lead, and Arizona's going to have to get. And Johnson lost it. And that keeps the crowd involved here, and right now ASU is absolutely rolling.
And Russ Pennell's kind of sensing the moment right now, hoping his team can respond, get a little defense, get a few stops.
7-0 run for the Sun Devils over the last 2 minutes and change. Look out, Harden from the corner.
Oh, what a great pass by McMillan. Peripheral vision by Jamel McMillan made it happen. Harden hasn't missed many shots, has he?
And this game could get away now very quickly as Hill can't get it to go down. And they just cannot find the basket.
Got to back it out a little bit now for Arizona State.
McMillan spots up in the corner, he's open.
Yeah, so is Kuksix all the way on the other side, Barry. All the way is Kuksix open. Boy, they got a lot of opportunities here, don't they?
Look for the same thing as last time. Saw Budinger overplay Harden's left hand. Now Pendergraft down low. Great job by Budinger. The step in front, behind his back. What a move. And Budinger all the way. Can't finish, but he'll go to the line. Watch the play at the other end here.
Well, here's the wonderful pass by McMillan. It's been a clinic by Arizona State shooting the three. And the spacing beautifully, and of course Harden loves it. But Budinger just made a heck of a play, though, to go behind the back in the open court to take it all the way to the goal.
And Budinger stops the bleeding, at least for the moment. Flag is going to come back in for the Arizona lineup, and Johnson will leave. Fogg, I beg your pardon.
Well, now you might see Arizona going, now you get it in the middle. You got numbers here. Stop. Oh, great pass.
What a dish.
Kind of a no-looker that time. Mike Glasser kind of looked to his left and dropped it.
I'll tell you, Arizona State getting great contributions from a whole lot of players.
And you know what I love about it? When a team presses you and you break the press and you have numbers, why not take advantage of it?
Absolutely. From the corner. That's Fogg.
Well, Fogg has been in the bright lights tonight. He's done a terrific job.
He's got 11 points in the game. McMillan open three.
Can he do it again?
No. Budinger with a rebound.
Jordan Hill running the floor. Now Jordan Hill might make himself available.
Budinger up top to free. And Wise pulls it down and gives his team another chance. Drives baseline, dish to Budinger. And Budinger couldn't finish. Wow. Great play, but for the finish. Pendergraft again just faces up. Can't get it to go. And they're going to get a reach-in foul on Kuksix, and that's going to be his fourth, a very careless foul right there. So a costly foul on Kuksix, 11:40 remaining to be played. Watch the dish from Glasser, no look, and the finish by Pendergraft. Devils by 14. Sun Devils lead it by 14, but stranger things have happened. Plenty of time left. for Arizona. Jeff Pendergraft, a very quiet 12 points and 8 rebounds. And with more on Jeff, here once more is Carissa Thompson.
Yeah, we've seen Jeff have a couple nice dunks tonight, but he will be the first to tell you that he used to, quote, frickin' sky, referring to his hops. But after discovering a benign tumor in his left knee his freshman year, he had to have surgery. Now he's got a big scar and less hops, according to Jeff. I can't imagine what he'd be like if he didn't have that surgery. But either way, he's healthy now. We saw a picture of Jeff's mom earlier. She's in the crowd. She makes the 5-hour drive from California for every home game, and he doesn't even refer to her as his mother, but more his best friend. They talk every single day.
Yeah,
guys.
It's a great story, and of course the same could be said. We saw Manya Willer. She's like a team mom here too. That's one thing that Herb Sendek has assembled here, is a team that really is family. This is Jamel Horn. Hill wants the ball and going to get a push from behind on Pendergraft.
Barry, only the 4th team foul on Arizona State. Sun Devils have done a pretty good job defending the out of bounds of Arizona. Again, almost a backcourt. Was it backcourt?
Very close.
Oh, that looked like he received the ball right on the line.
Sure did. Wise for 3. And again, just can't get it to go. A lot of contact down low. Hill gives it up to Horn. Horn can't bank it home. Hill keeps it alive. Budinger knocks it out of bounds. It'll be ASU ball. Things just not going the way of the Wildcats.
Arizona's had multiple opportunities around the rim, and the ball has not gone down. Now, they've been well defended, but normally Jordan Hill will make those shots. There again, look at the ball movement, the rotation, the touches, and Jaron Shippen, a guy that can also make threes. And Wildcats dodge the ball. And you know, they got to take a few chances. I mean, they're behind, they're trying to double, they're trying to go ahead and be active and try to make a steal.
Meantime, Arizona State really stepping it up on the defensive end here. There's Hill. Great lead that time for Budinger. Budinger in traffic gets it down. Tough shot, but a long dry spell for Budinger. He hasn't scored in 17 minutes prior to that. And now, a discussion here.
They're going to get a foul back there. They're going to get a foul in the backcourt. And I don't think a real bad foul either, because it looked like Glasser had a chance to take it all the way in that time.
Second foul on Jamel Horn.
Because Arizona State, a great defensive team. Arizona's won 24 of the last 28 meetings, but Arizona State's won the last 3.
Yeah, that's right. And when both teams are ranked, Arizona State has done a great job. They're 10-0.
There again, there's that penalty. Look at hard presence of mind. Wow.
Just couldn't finish, but Jaron Shipp gets the rebound. I think they're going to get a foul over the top. And they're going to get McMillan on the foul. Well, the last time this game had this kind of importance was back in 1995. You and I were here, as a matter of fact. Bill Frieder was coaching it up for ASU. Lute Olson coaching it up for Arizona. Both teams were nationally ranked. Arizona won it, as I recall.
As I recall, did Salim Stoudemire have about 35?
I think he did. There's Fogg. Good look, and he's got another one. Fogg is keeping his team in it. And now an 8-0 run for Arizona. And they're going to get Jamel Horn. Third foul on Horn.
I think it's positive that Arizona is active. Here again, good ball movement. Kyle Fogg's had a terrific game. I mean, he has really kept, as you said, the Wildcats in it. And Arizona with not many team fouls. That's only the 4th team foul.
You got to feel for Glasser. He just took another shot to the head. This is the guy that had a concussion. Told us today that until this week he was still feeling the effects of it. He got knocked down, put in the hospital in the game against Oregon,
and was hurt earlier. Had a concussion against Washington.
That's right. And he's taken a couple of serious shots tonight. What a pass. Jamel McMillan.
The crowd loves it.
Fogg not this time.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Jordan Hill with a push.
I think that's right.
Well, what a pass. Look at the movement. A great look inside by McMillan. Very active. Pendergraft. Look at Pendergraft just moving without the ball. You know, Barry, good things happen when you play without the ball. And then, I mean, if you move it, McMillan found them. A beautiful entry and a nice finish.
You know, Coach, I've heard you say that.
I know. You like that.
I think we're going to get a turnover here.
Well, you know what may have happened in that situation when you take the ball out of bounds, you can't move.
Yeah, and that is what
been some
happened.
movement.
Still move now, but the Cats are creeping back into this game. Hill turns around, face up, still can't get one. Not running in any luck at all, Jordan Hill. Missed all 4 shots this half. And right now, Sun Devils are waiting for the Wildcats.
Here he is, right here. If they can find Pendergraft, see if Pendergraft can make himself available.
Harden, baseline, kick out, McMillan. Everything but the finish. Budinger with the rebound. Jordan Hill again, working on Pendergraft. Drops the shoulder and finally got one to drop.
And if you're Jordan Hill, you still have to keep proactive, keep looking for your shot, even though you've missed 4 or 5 this half.
Back to a 9-point game. Remember, this is an Arizona team that came from behind 10 back with 52 seconds left to beat Houston and really get things started. Now they won 7 in a row. Again, a nice pass. Pendergraft down low, kick out Miller. Great play. Ship for the finish.
What a great look inside. Misdirection.
Great pass from Glasser.
What else is new?
Yeah, really. Well, McMillan too. I mean, both those guys. Very unselfish, make great looks. Horn answers. That's a 2. 9-point ball game, 6:40.
Gotta get it over, Barry. Gotta get it over quick.
They do. Glasser backed it over. Horn reached in, got a little piece of it. Harden, kick out, Glasser, good look. Missed everything. I'm not sure that Glasser.
No, you're right.
Really
He's taken a couple of shots in this game. Well, remember, look at Wise.
It's a tough shot. And he got it to go. Maybe that's the ticket. He can't shoot when he's open. And all of a sudden, a 6-point ball game, and things get serious for Herb Sendek and the Sun Devils. Glasser penetrate, kick out, Ship.
And Glasser took a look at Glasser underneath. He and Hill, no call. Glasser took another hard fall.
Well, here's having a tough game here. There's no standing 8 count in basketball. Going to be Arizona ball. And all of a sudden, things changing big time here. 5 minutes, 41 seconds remaining to be played. Arizona on a 15-4 run. It's a 6-point game. A trio that corners the market on cute. 60-54 ball game. Let's take a look at our best 5, best connection. It was just a couple of moments ago. And watch the pass by Glasser.
Yeah, great look by Glasser inside the Ship. And look one way, throw the other. Good play, move without the ball. And Ship, the recipient of that beautiful pass by Glasser.
Well, Arizona State, remember, led this game 56-39 with 13 minutes on the clock. And then, since that time, Arizona 15-4 over the 7 minutes. And this, all of a sudden, is a 6-point game. Derek Glasser still looks to me like he's not quite 100%.
Well, there's been a few concussions in college basketball. Blake Griffin from the star power forward for Oklahoma, he picks up, and he's questionable for the Kansas game on Monday night. And I think, if there's any question, you don't play him.
Well, that's what I think, too.
So hopefully he'll be all right. And Glasser, we know, has taken some hard hits in recent games.
Zane Johnson.
Man, was that huge?
What a huge shot that was. And a three-point ball game. Almost a turnover.
Now's the time you got to get it to Hart.
Well, he lost the handle. Budiger and a reach in on Glasser. And this is a ball game, Danny.
Well, it really is a game. And then, of course, here's Zane Johnson on a fadeaway. And we know that he is a beautiful three-point shooter. Great coming out of that timeout. Good job by Wise to set him up. And what a big goal for the Arizona Wildcats. Just when you thought this one was kind of in the cooler,
really,
for Arizona State, here comes Arizona.
I don't know if it's an irony, but it was just about the time that Kuksix went out of the game with his fourth foul, and Wise just all the way to the basket. 1-point ball game.
And now you've got Arizona State kind of back on their heels, not playing with a lot of confidence, and the Wildcats have turned it up big time.
I'll say they have. Wildcats 20-4. They have not led since the game was 7-4.
Now here's the last score, and of course Wise just breaking it all the way down. Now Kuksix, we know Barry's got the 4 fouls, so he doesn't defend very hard, and Arizona smartly drove it right at him.
Here's what's at stake. Arizona State, of course, trying to maintain sole possession of second place in the conference, and Arizona trying to join a crowd in a tie for second place. Washington right now 11-4, but the Arizona schools play at the Washington schools this coming weekend. Well, on Wednesday, March 11th, 10 teams will begin their quest to win the Pac-10 championship and earn an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Our exclusive coverage of the Pacific Life Men's Pac-10 basketball tournament begins on Wednesday, March 11th. Of course, it's in high definition, and I'll tell you what, it's a crapshoot.
Well, it really is, and the first games, the first seed games, the first night's going to be really, really interesting. There could be a lot of upsets in the Pacific Life Pac-10 tournament.
There's what we just told you, 20-4 over the last 8 minutes for the Wildcats. Arizona during that time, 8 of 9.
All right, coming out of the timeout, James Harden, I'm sure will get a touch. Got to give him the ball and see what he could do.
He was up on the high post.
And now's the time I think he's got to get selfish.
Stepped in with a great job by Hill to knock it out of his hands. Arizona ball and an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in forever.
Well, terrific defense, and Arizona's really turned it up. And again, reaching in, a great call because it definitely went off a Harden out of bounds.
Yeah, and I thought that it was Hill who got a hand on it. It was Wise who got a hand on it. Last lead at 7-4. They have an opportunity here. Wide open Horn. Yes!
How do you like it, Arizona?
Well, the magic continues for the Cats, and now it is the hometown Sun Devils who are looking up.
And it seems that Arizona State now a little reluctant to shoot the three, except for that.
And it misses, but Pendergraft over the top of the rebound. Another one. Why not? He had a good look. Misses again, but there's the follow. Great job by Harden.
The equalizer.
Tied at 62. 3:30 remaining in the game. Wise weaves his way through traffic, puts it up, draws a foul, he'll go to the line. And Pendergraft went down hard.
Wise is just scintillating with the ball. I mean, Nick Wise is a magician with the ball. Nick Wise has made huge plays. How about this one in the deep? Jamel, I can knock it down Horn from deep.
We're tied at 62.
Because the Sun Devils couldn't miss in the first half, Barry, but in the second, they've had some problems.
A few folks coming down, or coming up, I should say, from Tucson. They're up in the rafters, but they're liking what they're seeing right now.
Yeah, you saw the 1997, of course, that was a national championship year for the Arizona Wildcats. And where did they finish in the Pac-10 conference?
Fifth, I believe.
Fifth, you're absolutely right. Fifth in the conference, went on to win the NCAA tournament.
Wise at the line, calmly knocks it in.
Nick Wise, of course, his mom, Labiri, looking in from Texas. She's a grammar school principal. And Nick doing his work tonight, no doubt about it.
Those is ABCs. Fundamentally sound. Big possession here, I think, for the Sun Devils. Harden gives it up, Kuksik again, and this time he drills it. And the Sun Devils have been 1 of 12 from three-point range in the second half after blowing 10 of 16 in the first half. That one, a big one. ASU by a point. Jordan Hill turnaround over Kuksik. And again, Kuksik with the 4 fouls.
A great read, though, by Nick Wise. You're trying to isolate the player in jeopardy if you're Arizona. And Kuksik with the 4 fouls go right at him. Hard to take Kuksik off the floor. I mean, obviously you're not. If you're Herb Sender.
They kind of went dead in the water when he went out with his 4
Absolutely
foul.
right. But, you know, he has picked him up. He's got to stay looking at the goal. Timeout Arizona State.
So Herb Sendek going to talk this one over. They got 10 seconds left on the shot clock. We're right down at the 2:01 mark. Here's Wise, great look.
Yeah, great look. And of course, Kuksik with the fouls. And I like the fact that Jordan Hill, he's big and strong in the middle. And of course, Jordan has played himself into a top flight lottery pick if he decides to come out this year. I mean, he has played sensational basketball.
But how about Wise? 17 points in the ball game. He's got 7 assists. He's got 3 rebounds. And that's just the way he's been playing of late.
How about Russ Pennell?
Done a tremendous job. You know, yeah. I mean, you can make an argument for Coach of the Year in the Pac-10 Conference, and he might not have a job next year.
I mean, Russ Pennell's a radio analyst a year ago for Arizona State. And in fact, you know, Russ was very instrumental in coaching Jeff Pendergraft and Derek Glasser when he was a radio analyst for Arizona State. He was an AAU coach. He opened the gym up, and you know, those players wanted to come down because you can't coach your guys if you're Herb Sendek in the summer. So, you know, here they come. Glasser comes down, Pendergraft, they work the pick and roll, and now he's coaching against them.
That's right. And beating them.
Not by much, though.
No. This game is not anywhere near decided. Inside of 2 minutes remaining. We got 3 on the shot clock. Got to take this, and Kuksik throws it up, doesn't get any of it. Shot clock violation, and the Wildcats will have a chance to increase this lead. Wise going to walk it across the timeline. 1:40 remaining.
All right, remember that here's the guy right there that's in foul jeopardy, and that's Kuksik. So, do you want to direct the ball to whomever he's guarding? Well, if you're Budinger, no.
And Pendergraft with the rebound off the Budinger miss. James Harden draws a crowd. Kuksik again, deep corner!
Oh, he is pure. Is he smooth and efficient?
And Herb Sendek wants another timeout. Kuksik with 17. And the Sun Devils lead by a deuce.
75%. I'm going to say it again, Barry. 75% of Kuksik shots this year have been threes.
Well, he's got it going right now. We've had 4 lead changes in the last 2 minutes, and you have an idea. It's just we're going right down to it. It's just that simple. Kuksik comes back on. His team falls behind. He gets back and gives his team the lead again. A couple of threes.
And I think right now, if you get in that Arizona State huddle, I'm sure that Herb Sendek's telling his guys, look, we need to play solid defense. Let's not foul. Let's force them to make a perimeter shot. And I think if you're Arizona, I think you go right at him inside. See if you can find Kuksik. He's got the 4 fouls. He has not defended very hard. They may not have that luxury, but you know it's going to be Wise with the ball, either Hill or Budinger. One of those threes have to do it.
Well, you know, it's going to be a dramatic ending. We know that. And both these coaches, this is an interesting thing, both these coaches have been through dramatic endings and not on a positive note. Remember, Russ Pennell was an assistant to Rob Evans when Rob was at Ole Miss when they played Valparaiso in that tournament game. And Bryce Drew threw that one down as the horn sounded, a three-pointer to beat Ole Miss. And then Herb Sendek was on the bench with Rick Pitino at Kentucky when Christian Laettner hit the shot for Duke. So both these coaches have experienced heartbreak, and one of them is going to experience it again tonight.
Oh, you talk about dramatic moments in the NCAA tournament. Certainly the Christian Laettner shot was unbelievable. But I remember the Bryce Drew tip to Drew. Remember they threw it, they tipped it to him with not much time at all left on the clock, and he made it in the corner.
And something that they practiced prior to that. It wasn't just an oh, by the way.
It never is, Barry.
So here we go, 1:10 remaining in the ball game. Sun Devils by 2.
All right, Budinger on the baseline.
They pop Zane Johnson, brings Harden out with him. Now Weiss, a little clear out. Weiss to the basket, couldn't wedge it in. Hill, a rebound, put back. Bodies falling everywhere. Kuksix and Hill get tangled up in a timeout called by Russ Pennell.
Oh, explosive Nick Wise, and I thought really good presence of mind by Jordan Hill. Follow the ball, be active in the middle, and a great effort to corral that. Look at Wise. Wise that time, I think, anticipated a little bit of contact and didn't get it, but Hill right at the right spot to put it back in. And then bodies like all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's where the whole game's been. It's been like that right from the opening tip. And the bench, of course, liking what they see. Tied at 68, 55 ticks remaining in the ball game. Jordan Hill now with 14 points in the game. 4 players in double figures for Arizona. Wise with 17, Fogg with 14, a big lift for them. Budinger with 13 and Hill with 14. Harden still a leading scorer for ASU with 18. Kuksix has 17, almost a career high for him.
and remember, Arizona does have a foul to take. They only have 5 teams. So I'm sure Russ Pennell telling his players, look, we don't want to foul any active shooting, but anybody in the open court dribbling, if they get, try to go ahead and make some contact and see if you can negate a fast break.
Get the ball in the hands of James Harden. Now Glasser brings it across the timeline.
Now Arizona maybe straight man-to-man. I think they're out of their zone, look like straight man-to-man. So they switch it up.
Glasser recognizes here. Now Harden up on the elbow.
And Harden's going to try to isolate. Boy, what a matchup here. Look at Budinger and Harden.
So it was a little crossover. Budinger stayed with him. Hill got a block. Pendergraft gets it back. And we're going to get a foul. Boy, that was some big-time play by everybody.
I thought Budinger did a terrific job to keep Harden in front. And Hill gets a piece of it. But Pendergraft right underneath, and then the foul over the back.
Third foul on Hill. Wise pleading his case to Mike Littlewood, and Pendergraft will go to the line.
Pendergraft, a good free throw shooter.
Crowd on its feet to the number. Pendergraft tonight 6 of 8. 7 of 9.
As mom loves it.
Sweating it out, though. Now another timeout. So Pendergraft will have one more. 1-point ball game with 25.6 seconds remaining. So how important is this game? Washington with the lead, and they will maintain the lead at least up to the next weekend. Arizona State at 9-4. Should they lose this game to Arizona, they'll go to 9-5. Cal's at 9-5. UCLA at 9-5, and Arizona, should they go on and win, would also be 9-5. The Arizona teams play at the Washingtons next weekend.
And USC, UCLA's in the Bay Area next week, so they come up and play Cal and Stanford.
So things will change. No matter what, things are going to change. She's been on her feet the whole game.
Well, the whole crowd's been on their feet. I mean, it's been an unbelievable crowd.
Arizona State has won the last 3. James Harden has never lost to Arizona.
Right, really important now, mindset for Arizona. Regardless of whether this goes down or not, I think they've got to drive it all the way to the basket. Obviously, they don't need a 3, but they need something solid to the goal.
There's the reset. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Both teams will be shooting 1-1. ASU already is.
Oh, he's got great form. I mean, just watch him shoot a free throw and the way he follows through.
Sun Devils by 2. They were trying to get McMillan in a game. They can't do it.
Now Arizona State's going to pick up man-to-man. They're out of their zone. Maybe high-low with Buttinger and Hill.
Buttinger dropped it down to Hill. Tough shot, won't go. Foul. Misses by Johnson. And a rebound to Glasser. 6 seconds. Got to go do something. They do. Finally, Horn reaches in and fouls a very good free throw shooter in Derek Glasser.
Now, Barry, it was, well, there's Derek Glasser's father. Look at the high-low. I thought a little bit of a push there, and Hill went all the way off the floor. But Zane Johnson had a good look, just couldn't finalize.
So Glasser will go to the free throw line. Glasser, good free throw shooter. Chase Buttinger's father not much liking what he's seeing. Russ Pennell obviously thinking they still got a chance, and they do.
Yeah, they definitely still have a chance, but obviously if you're Herb Sendek, you've got the right guy to the foul line.
87% free throw shooter at Glasser.
So if you're Arizona, you're hoping for a miss somewhere along the line in this one-on-one situation.
Let's remind everybody that Glasser was taking some serious shots. He's a guy who had a concussion just a few weeks ago and told us he hasn't been right until this week. Taking 2 or 3 hard shots tonight, and his last shot from the field missed everything. .6 seconds remaining. Still a chance. I mean, if they get a miss, they got a very real chance.
Obviously, though, the Sun Devils can just about put it away if they make 2 free throws. Right. You get in that two-possession situation, you're in pretty good shape.
Looking for a sweep over Arizona.
Yeah, looking for 4 in a row. Boy, Arizona the last time down, though, Barry had. I mean, you cannot execute it much better than they did. They had a drop, and they just, on the road, they just couldn't get it down.
Interesting, isn't it, that both teams went man?
Yeah, they did. Well, late in the game, you hate to stay in the zone and give up the open, uncontested 3. So you're going to pick up man-to-man and at least try to force them to beat you off the dribble.
And there's that surprise element, too. Forces the offense to recognize, kind of reset. So Derek Glasser, 87% at the line, will go to the free throw line for 2.
And Derek may be the only one at the foul line. I mean, he may not have any teammates on the foul line.
And it is a 1-and-1.
Yeah, they definitely
2 shots.
That's a 1-on-1.
It is a very bearded game.
And the reason why Arizona State is moving everybody off the line, because obviously if Glasser only makes 1 or misses the first, they want their defense set. So you see all the 4 players for Arizona State behind Glasser.
And he missed it.
Oh, you got a chance here.
Got a chance. They get it in Wise's hands. He lost the hand. A loose ball scramble. Clock still running. Game over. Pendergraft picks up Derek Glasser at center court, and it's an absolutely exhausted and relieved Derek Glasser.
Now, there's no loser in this game. This was a well-played college basketball game. Arizona played their hearts out. And, of course, setting the defense really worked out well here for Arizona State. See, all the 4 guys are back. And a good play to get in the middle of it is James Harden, and Arizona State comes up with a loose ball. But I thought getting everybody back off the line was critical for the success of Arizona State.
Really terrific basketball game, though, and a really well-coached basketball game on both sides of the floor. Herb Sendek, Russ Pennell, 17-point ball game with 13 minutes to play, and Pennell's team comes all the way back, takes the lead, only to have the Sun Devils suck it up and win it in the end.
And I thought you made a very good point with Glasser. I thought he's been hit so many times. Now, the guy's an 87% free throw shooter, but I'm not 100% sure that he was all in sync.
I don't think he was. I really don't think he was. He's a guy we've seen a lot. We've gotten to know him pretty well, and that look in his eye is not the look of a guy who is completely there. So here's where we stand. Arizona State continues they are untouched in second place, 10-4, half game behind Washington. California and UCLA are now 9-5. Arizona 8-6. SC at 7-7, and they will play Oregon State. Clearly the surprise team in the Pac-12 conference.
How about Oregon State? Clearly the surprise team in the conference.
Great win here tonight, though, for the Sun Devils. They win at 70-68. Heroes are numerous. 18 for Harden, 17 for Kuchik within one of his career high. Pendergraph contributed 16, but help up and down the line, and a great effort also by Arizona. No question about that either. 4 players in double figures. Arizona was 29-14 over Arizona State over the last 13 minutes, but they needed to be 31-14 to force this game into overtime. That's a wrap for us. For Dan Belwamity, Carissa Thompson, and our entire Pac-10 Conference crew, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long, everybody.